everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria. If you're new here, welcome. And it's a new month, so the monthly theme that I have chosen for March to focus on is water. So today's class is just called Move Like Water. This is one of my very favorite ways to practice in my personal practice. Really kind of liquid motion through the spine, creating waves in the body and just allowing for the breath and the body to flow together. It's a really beautiful way to practice. So you just need yourself and someplace to move. And when you're ready, let's get into it. We'll start right away on hands and knees in tabletop. So find your way up there. Stack the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees, and then really let the palms of your hands spread wide and let your fingers spread wide. Imagine your hands are like two starfish stuck down to the earth. And then just start to explore some movement through your body as you begin to connect to your breath and drop your awareness more deeply into your physical body, letting the residue of the day so far wash away. Start to breathe in and out through your nose, creating a sound like ocean waves with the breath as it travels in and out. Let the movement that you're taking here be totally natural and intuitive. It doesn't need to follow any kind of specific pattern. Just let yourself be inspired by the idea of moving like water. And just stay for a few more breaths, letting each inhale fill a little more to the tops of the lungs, and letting each exhalation be cleansing, rinsing away what you don't need. Start to find yourself in a neutral spine, shoulders again over the wrists. Tuck your toes behind you. Take an inhalation to soften your belly, lift your tailbone, draw back on your palms to pull the base of your heart forward and lift your eyes skyward. Now, as you breathe out, draw your hips back toward your heels, but keep tractioning through your spine so it stays long, heart's coming forward. As you breathe in, round your spine. Imagine all your vertebrae are being filled with the breath as you shift forward so shoulders stack over the wrists again. And then breathing out, arch your back, and as you do so, glide the hips back toward the heels. So we're making little waves. Breathe in, round your spine like you're washing forward all the way until shoulders stack over the wrists. And then breathing out from the sacrum, glide your pelvis back as your heart pulls forward. Again, inhale, rounding through the hands and the knees. And exhale, hips shift back toward the heels, elongate the spine. Breathe in, round your spine, come forward this time through hands and knees, press the toenails side of your feet down, and then softly lower your thighs, your pelvis, your belly, your chest, and your chin. Step your fingertips off to the sides of your mat. Lift your elbows wide. Press through the toes and firm your thighs. As you breathe in, glide away from the earth with the full front body. Draw the shoulder blades together at the back of your heart. Wrap your biceps forward and your triceps back. Take an inhalation here. Rise just a little more. Lift the pelvic floor. As you breathe out, softly melts all the way back down onto your belly. Again, 2 more times. Close your eyes and feel the wave ripple up your spine as you rise into a cobra. As you breathe out, like a soft wave crashing onto the beach, lower down, belly, chest, and chin. Again, inhale, rise. And exhale, softly release. Take your left palm beneath your shoulder and step your right arm wide to the side like a T. Press down and roll to your outer right hip. Left toe step off of the mat behind you. You can let your head relax. We'll just be here for 1 breath in. And then as you breathe out, roll through center and to the other side. Right palm under the shoulder, left arm wide. Roll to the outer left hip as right toe step back. Breathing in. Breathing out, come through center and switch. Right arm wide, roll. Just a couple times back and forth. You can now move at the pace of your own breath. Take the inhalations to breathe into the space of your heart. And take the exhalations to roll back onto your belly. One more each side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. And exhale. Back onto your belly. Place your palms by your ribs. Tuck your toes. Press through hands and knees. And this time allow your hips to glide all the way up and back into downward facing dog. Really reaffirm the connection between your hands and the earth beneath you. You can imagine it's like wet sand and you're trying to grip it underneath of your palms. Same thing with the feet and the toes. Spread and anchor downward. Then create a buoyant lift through your full spine, all the way through the tip of your tailbone. Find the lowest set of your ribs, the floating ribs, in your awareness, and try to draw them in toward your body, like you're integrating them, closing the ribs and then pressing the heart back toward your thighs. Take a few more breaths here. Imagine the breath is like water. So with every inhalation, there's a little rising. And with every exhalation, there's a rinse. On your next breath in, start to rise high to the balls of your feet. Pull up through your quads and your thighs, and then hollow the low belly. Close your ribs and begin to press the ground away from you as you round all the way forward into a high plank. Tuck your chin to your chest. When your exhalation comes, micro bend knees and elbows. Lift the tip of your tailbone to the sky, and then arch your back. Stretch the crown of your head forward and glide all the way back into downward facing dog, making waves through the spine. Close your eyes for this next one. Breathe in, lift your heels. Feel the progressive rounding of the spine that starts from the low back, then draws to the middle back and the upper back. Back of heart to the sky, chin to chest. And with your exhalation, do the opposite. So progressively arching the back from low back to middle back to upper back, activating. And eventually the crown of your head and your eyes will reach to your thumbs. Let's just take a few more here. Now at your own pace. So maybe your breath is slower than mine. Maybe it's a little faster than mine. I find that moving really slowly helps to feel the articulation, but do whatever you need to do, whatever feels good. Wherever you are, let's do one more like this. Good. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Now this time, as you breathe in, lift your heels, round forward through high plank. And then as you breathe out, allow your pelvis to melt, but keep lifting your pelvic floor. Activate your low belly, firm your thighs. Hug your shoulder blades together. Stretch the heart forward and lift your eyes. Breathing into up dog with the toes tucked. As you breathe out, come all the way back into downward facing dog. Driving from the tip of the sacrum, tip of the tailbone, up and back. One more time like this. Coming all the way through to an up dog. Breathing in, lift the heels, round through your spine, come forward, close the ribs, and then with the exhalation, let your pelvis sink. Breathing in, lift through the heart, lift through the eyes. And then take the next exhale to claw into your mat. Glide your hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your next breath in, press into your left toes and float your right leg high to three-legged down dog. Imagine you're moving through water as you go, so there's resistance. As you breathe out, lift your left heel, super slow, soft, steady. Round forward and step your right foot all the way up to the top of your mat. Sink the left knee down behind you. Take a breath in, pull your feet toward one another, and rise up through your fingertips into a kneeling warrior. As you breathe out, just let the hips sink down. Every inhalation, feel a rise like you're riding on a little gentle wave. And let the exhalation be that sinking down, hips melting forward. One more time, inhale. And breathe out. Good. Now stack your right knee over your ankle. Press into your left toes and see if without using your hands you can float the back knee away from the earth. Take a breath in here. Press down into your feet. Grow your spine so much so that your heart begins to tip skyward. Cactus your elbows and just find a gentle back bend, gentle opening of the chest. Breathe in, stretch your arms wide, palms to the sky. As you breathe out, lean your torso forward and glide your fingertips back like you're bowing down over the right thigh. Left thigh stays really charged. Breathe in, wave through your spine, rise all the way back up to neutral. Then begin to lean slightly back, squeeze the shoulder blades, cactus the elbows, open the arms wide, breathing in. Breathing out, bow forward, chest over the right thigh, fingertips reaching back, activate biceps and triceps. One more time, inhale, rise to standing. Open the arms and lean back any amount. Keep crunchiness out of the low back. Let everything stay long and lifted. And then breathing out, lean forward, chest over the right thigh. Take an inhalation here. Exhale, fingertips drop down. Step your left foot up beside the right, hips distance apart. Let everything hang heavy here for a few moments. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. And then let your spine be like a waterfall, cascading forward without any holding. There's no effort to resist gravity. Everything's just dropping. You can sway side to side if that feels good. On your next inhalation, root your fingertips. Find a halfway lift. Crown of head tractions forward. Tailbone glides back. Activate your core. As you breathe out, just bow down. Chest to your thighs, crown of head to your toes. Two more like this. Inhale, ripple through your spine. Extend forward and back evenly. And then exhale, bow down. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out. And release. Place your palms to the mat. Step your feet back into a high plank. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, lower halfway, chaturanga, elbows hug in tight to the ribs. Untuck your toes, press the toenails down. Lift your heart forward, upward facing dog. As you breathe out, slow glide back into downward facing dog, hips high to the sky. Take a breath in through your nose. And a breath out through your nose. Press the ground away from you. Next inhalation. Right toes stay anchored. Left leg rises, three-legged down dog. As you breathe out, soft, deliberate step forward. See how slowly you can transition. Left foot through to the top of the mat, landing between your palms. And then softly drop your back knee to the earth. Breathe in, and as you do, rise your arms up to the sky, fingertips high. As you breathe out, sink through the pelvis, let everything melt. Breathe in, lift your pelvic floor, re-engage the energy between your inner thighs, and then breathe out, melt your hips. One more time, inhale, squeeze to the midline, and exhale, sink into your depth. Now stack left knee over ankle, tuck your back toes, plug down into both big toes, and see if you can float your back knee away from the earth. Take a breath in, drop the tailbone, but grow through the crown of your head and your fingertips, lifting your heart, and then lean back just slightly, cactus your elbows, and allow your arms to widen, palms to the sky. Breathe in. Breathing out, bow forward, leading the chest over the left thigh as fingertips reach back. Inhale, wave through the spine and rise back up to standing, and then take a little back bend, any amount. Let the exhale carry you forward. Imagine your sternum is being dragged on a string to the top of your mats. One more time, breathing in, rise up to neutral spine, and then a little back bend. Breathing out, shine your heart forward, fingertips back. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, soft step forward and fold forward, feet parallel, hips distance apart at the top of the mat. Take an inhalation, iron it out, spine long, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Again, breathing in and out. Last time. Inhale, long, long, long spine. Exhale just to fold down. Place your palms. Step back into a high plank. Take an inhalation. Lean forward, shoulders moving over the wrists. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Untuck the toes. Breathe in and arc your heart forward, upward facing dog. Shoulder blades hug, elbows magnetize back. Exhale, glide up and back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in through your nose. And stay as you breathe out. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath here. Try to become totally immersed and engaged with what you're feeling in your physical body. Breathe in, lift your heels, and softly sink your knees to the mat. Take them wide. Bring your toes to touch, and then sit your hips all the way back to your heels into a child's pose. Crawl your fingertips forward and let either your third eye or your chest and your chin rest to the mat. Stay for a few breaths, and as you stay, imagine that the breath is water that's washing gently over your full body. And so with every exhalation, there is a rinsing effect, a cleansing effect. So any residue that's stuck to you can erode and softly release. Press into your palms, breathe in. Round your spine as you come forward onto hands and knees. And then breathing out, tuck your toes and glide your hips up and back again into downward facing dog. As you inhale, left toes root, right leg rises high, 3-legged down dog. Breathing out, look forward, step forward, right foot to inner right thumb. Land your back knee softly. Breathing in, rise up through your fingertips, Anjaneyasana. As you breathe out, right away, press through both big toes and float your back knee. Breathe in here, grow longer, and then lean a little bit back. Open your palms to the sky. As you breathe out, lean your chest forward, fingertips back. This time on your inhalation, land your left palm to your inner right foot. Right fingertips rise up to the sky. Start to draw your shoulder blades together as you pull your feet together. And then create a revolution through the rib cage, all the while lengthening through your spine. Let the breath continue to flow through your body as you're holding the posture so it animates through the fingertips and lengthens through the spine. Take 1 more breath in. Now breathing out, allow your back knee to land down once again. Keep the twist and then kick your left heel in towards your sit bone. Circle the right arm around and back and try to catch your foot from the pinky side, creating a connection between your thumb and the root of your pinky toe, and then your index finger and the root of your big toe. Hug back the outer right hip as you continue to draw the left heel a little closer to the sit bone. And then let a few breaths wash through the front of the left thigh, combing away tension. Last breath here. Float your heart higher to the sky. Release. Circle all 10 fingertips to the top of the mat. Breathe in here in a lunge. As you breathe out, glide your hips back, flex your right toes, and bow down into a half splits. We'll just flow back and forth between the lunge and the half splits. So inhale to come forward, stacking right knee over the heel. As you exhale, flex brightly through your toes to feel the lines of your hamstrings opening up, gliding into half splits. One more time, inhale, come forward, lunge. Now this time, as you exhale, place your palms down, lift your back knee, step softly into a plank, and take a vinyasa, but as you lower, feel your body like it's floating, like you're suspended, coming halfway down. Breathe in to rise into up dog, maybe keeping the toes tucked if that feels more fluid for you. And breathing out, glide back, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Next inhalation, stretch the left leg high, three-legged down dog. Breathe out and softly transition left foot through to the top of the mat. Let your back knee land. Breathe in, hug your inner thighs, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Breathing out, press through both feet evenly and lift your back knee. Now take an inhale to grow super long through your spine, and then lean into your back body, supported by the shoulder blades drawing together. Arc your heart, lift your palms. Breathing out, glide your heart forward, fingertips back. Next inhalation, right palm finds the earth, left arm spins up to the sky. Turn through the ribs so that your heart, as though on a string being pulled forward and being turned a little toward the left, can rise. Now try to find that feeling like when you're floating in water. So everything is buoyant and lifted. It's like your body is simultaneously lighter and stronger all at once. Take one more breath in here. And breathing out, let your back knee find the mat. Circle the left arm around and back. Catch your foot. Flex your toes into your hands. And then take a few breaths here. Continue to twist the heart open and continue to hug right heel and sit bone more toward one another. Soft, sweet, fluid breaths. Just ride the little ebbs and flows that you can find. Start to unwind. All 10 fingertips to the top of your mat. Breathe in, arc your heart forward. Breathing out, shift the hips back, flex the left toes and drive your legs straight-ish, half splits. 2 more times, flowing back and forth. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, lean the hips back. Keep the spine long. Breathe in, shift forward to a lunge. Breathe out, place your palms, pick up your back knee, softly step into plank. Inhale, transition, shoulders forward over the wrists. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway. Breathe in, upward facing dog, heart forward. Breathe out, downward facing dog, hips go up and back. Inhale, through your nose, filling all the way up. Take a big breath out of your mouth, big sigh. One more time, inhale. Big sigh, exhale. Inhale, lift your heels, round forward into high plank. And then as you exhale, softly lower your pelvis all the way down to the mat, lift your pelvic floor, and find yourself in a cobra. Untuck your toes, micro bend your elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and really stretch open through the collarbones, broaden your heart. Big inhale breath. As you exhale softly, lower down, sternum and chin to the mat. Kick your heels in toward your sit bones. Circle your arms around and back and try to catch your ankles from the outsides. Flex your feet actively. Take a breath out. Big inhale to prepare. Inflate your heart a little. And then as you breathe out, continue the inflation of your heart as you kick your shins straight toward the back of your mat. Hug your inner thighs and your knees a little toward one another. And then maybe begin to float the tops of the thighs away from the earth. You can point your toes up to the sky and let your intention here to be growing, lengthening, longer and taller. Lift the roof of your mouth. Spread the breath through your chest. Take one more inhalation. As you exhale, softly release down. Everything releases to the earth. Stack your palms and you can land your forehead onto the tops of your hands. Take a moment here, soften your shoulders. And then as you're ready, roll to lying on your back. You can come up through a seat or just slide one arm through and find yourself in a supine position here. We'll take supine figure 4. So flex the left ankle, hook your ankle outside of your right thigh, then float the right shin so it's parallel to the earth, and find where is available for you to connect your palms, maybe behind the right hamstring, or maybe threading all the way through to the shin. Stay brightly flexed through the left toes and rock a little from side to side. Close your eyes. And try to focus on just feeling the breath flowing through any tension. Let it be really simple. Release and switch sides. Right ankle now crosses over the left thigh. Find what's available for you to grab onto, and gently with every exhalation, draw your knee a little closer to your chest. Try to feel the sacrum planting to the mat, and if it's not, intend it in that direction so your spine is continuing to grow and elongate. Release, unwind. Hug both knees into your chest. Lift your heart and wrap your forearms around your shins. Let everything squeeze in tight, creating compression in your front body. Take an inhalation, hug yourself a little tighter. And as you exhale, find yourself in Shavasana. Stretch your toes and your arms wide. Let your head soften and let everything go. For this Shavasana, imagine that you're lying in a boat, and as you stay and rest, you're just floating on some really gentle waves. So there's a relaxing quality to this image, like you're being rocked gently into rest. Begin to feel into your body once again. Notice all your sensations. all the parts of yourself coming back, integrating to the core of what you can feel. Start to softly wake up your fingers and your toes with some little movements. Take a few deeper breaths. Next inhalation, arms reach back over your head. Toes point forward, grow as long as possible, and then a little bit longer once you feel like you've stretched as far as you can. And let your next exhale carry you into fetal pose, rolling to a side. Rest your head down, soften into gravity. Start to rise up to a seat. Take your time getting there, there's no rush. Keep your eyes closed if you're able. And find yourself in a really nice, cozy, supported seat. Palms can face the sky or face down on the thighs, whatever feels good. Let your pelvis be like an anchor, like you're pressing down into sand at the bottom of the ocean. And then let the crown of your head stretch to the sky. Long spine. Take a moment to notice what you can feel. Notice the effects of remaining fluid and allowing yourself to move like water. Draw your palms to meet in prayer. And take a pause here to ask yourself how you can carry this idea into the rest of your day. What can you approach with more fluidity? Let's take one last breath all together. Breathe in through your nose, fill up. Big sigh out of your mouth, let it go. Lift your heart and bow your chin to your chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your space and your time and your practice with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this watery practice. And if you have any thoughts, please let me know. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you can do that down below. You can also join as a monthly donation member. Both of these really help to support me. Have a great rest of your day or your night, and I'll see you soon in the next class. Bye.